Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we're learning Gittin, page 2, which is, of course, the beginning of this new tractate, which discusses the laws of divorce and a get, which is a divorce document. The Gemara begins by posing the question: when you decide as a husband to give a divorce document, you don't have to actually hand it over directly to your wife. You could appoint an agent on your behalf to give this divorce document to her. However, depending on your location, you may require the agent to have to make a declaration. And the statement, which is 4 words in Hebrew, b'fanei nechtam, that he must say when the divorce document is given to this woman, that I saw this divorce document being written in front of me and also signed in front of me. And the reason for this, there's 2 reasons brought, and one of them has to do with the notion of being knowledgeable in the laws of writing a divorce document. Now, even though scribes and courts are generally quite knowledgeable in this, certainly a very high majority of those individuals who work in such jobs know all the laws, there is a potential concern, because when a get is written, it must be written specifically for the sake of the woman being divorced. And therefore, if coincidentally you would have a example of a divorce document with a man's name and a woman's name, and they just decide not to get divorced last second, and it's left on the table, and someone else grabs it, and they just happen to have the same name, he does and she does, that would not be a valid get. Even though it looks perfect, it was beautifully written, doesn't make any difference. It has to be written for the sake of this husband and for the sake of this woman. And because of that, we require this one person, this one guy, this one agent to say this statement that I'm telling you, it was written and signed in front of me, which means I'm confident that it was done for the sake of this woman, and it was done by this husband, and therefore everything is fine. On this, the Talmud wonders, why do we only listen to one witness? Typically, you would require 2 witnesses. So the Talmud ends up giving an answer that when it comes to this woman, we want to be extra lenient. When it comes to the laws of divorce in general, we have great levels of sensitivity. We want to make sure that she is not going to be what's called an aguna, in the state of limbo. If, let's say, for whatever reason, we're so strict that we require 2 witnesses, and let's say we can't produce 2 witnesses to this effect, so the divorce document is no good. The husband may end up going somewhere else, we'll never be able to catch him, or he's just upset that he doesn't want to have to write another get, and now she can't get remarried. So therefore we're lenient and we say, you know what, we're going to allow even 1 witness. However, it's brought down that there are a lot of times that 1 witness is enough, and it gives a whole list of examples of a person. When it comes to the laws of what is permitted or forbidden, we allow 1 person's testimony. So, for example, if a person would be asked, did you separate the proper tithes off of this produce? We listen to them, even though there's only 1 person. Is this meat properly slaughtered? Was the animal, certain parts of the animal, including the sciatic nerve, which cannot be eaten, was that removed? Were the fats, the non-kosher fats of the animal, removed? Basically, when it comes to the laws of being kosher, 1 person is enough, which means technically, if you know a family and you know that they're trustworthy, you don't have to start digging into their kitchen and opening up their refrigerator to see if they invite you over for a meal, whether or not their food in their house is kosher. If you have 1 person, again, assuming that this 1 person is a reliable source. Obviously, they have to be strict in the laws of kashrut and also knowledgeable in it, but 1 person is allowed. 1 person's testimony is allowed, which again is typically only when it comes to those types of things. But we're even more lenient because of the extra level of sensitivity that we have, because we want to make sure that this woman will be able to freely marry who she is able to in the near future.